you haven't got to do any counting, you haven't got to work anything out at all. Okay, so what we're going to do to start with, I'm going to take my piece of parchment that I've already die cut, and I'm just going to wipe it with the tumble dry sheet, okay, which comes in the starter kit. I'm now going to attach that to the design, and I'm using my groovy tabs that comes in the accessories kit. Okay, now if you didn't have this plate, you could take the frames that are part of the one-day special and create this and just extend it. Right. Okay, I'm going to take my groovy guard and I'm going to take my number 1 tool that comes in the starter kit, and this has got like, it's a fine stylus. And what I'm going to do, when I'm doing straight lines, I tend to go from top to bottom. Okay, so I'm just going to press into the groove like so. Okay, and you can see instantly how the parchment has gone white, because all of these plates are laser etched to a specific depth to give you that beautiful crisp white line. I'm going to turn over to the number 2 tool, which has a little ball on the end, and all we're going to do is press into those dots. Okay, now I'm not going to do all of this because I really want to get onto sort of the designs as part of the one-day special.
We're showing the technique though.
It is, that's right. And so what you do, you just press in like so.
Great shot, Chris, director. That's really good.
I can't look at the screen, I look at the dots as well.
We're seeing it really well.
Excellent. Okay, so you can see now as I just lift that away how it's created that pattern.
Nice.
So if I jump to one now that's been completely traced out.
Yeah.
Okay. So groovy tabs to one side. Okay. Like so. Pop that over there. So that would probably take about 5-10 minutes to do that.
But
doesn't take long.
Pretty.
Yeah.
Really, really pretty.
You'll get that same effect every single time. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to take one of the lace frames and pop that into the middle. Okay. So if I turn this over, as you can see, these are A4 plates. Okay. Now I'm going to go for this design here. Okay.
And we're just going to let you know that with our one-day special, we are now very close to calling 60% of the stock in 19 minutes. We're very busy.
Right, okay. Now, what you'll notice that with my piece of parchment, it's hanging over the side of the plate. So if I'm a little bit handy, because I can crease the parchment, okay? So what we also have on the show is the plate mate for A4 and A4 square grids, okay? And this was an idea that sort of Dave came up with. This is Mr. Clarity.
Yeah, this is clever.
So let me just, I know I sort of digress slightly, but I think
you
don't need it, but I think once you have it, it's an essential. So it comes to you in 2 parts like this, okay, rather than a complete solid piece. And in there you can put your A4 square plates, okay. But if I want to pop that in there, like so, okay, what Dave came up with the idea of was these little spacer plates.
So extenders.
Extenders.
Yeah.
And then they slot into there,
That's a clever
like
idea
so. And you'll notice, can you see the theme throughout the whole of the show? All of these embossed dots.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you love the embossed dots, this is another
detail. This is the one to go for.
And this was designed by Josie Davidson. Okay, so then it also comes with your groovy tabs. And what you do is you take your groovy tabs and you just bring it all together. I'm going to pop that one just up there because I've already got one here, and it just holds everything in place. Okay, like so. We need like wide angle camera, don't we? Oh, we've got that. Excellent. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to swing this round. Let me just move that forward. I'm going to swing this round now because this is the plate, the area I want to look at. So now when I pop that on there, it's all on one level. So I'm not going to be worried about going over the edge. Okay, I'll take some more groovy tabs. See, this way you need the accessories kit, because you get 16 groovy tabs in the accessories kit.
Yeah. Okay. And not just groovy tabs, so accessory kit, we've got our groovy guard, which
that's right,
use
yeah,
time and
the parchment.
And of course your parchment. It's a really good accessory bundle, actually. Just for the tabs alone. The tabs are reusable. I know, Paul, you treat yourself to a new tab after using them to death, really.
I do, yeah. I mean, they are reusable. I often attach them to the Groovy guard once I've finished, or the plate that I'm working on.
Idea.
So you can see now, as we start to go round, we're just using... I mean, this little piece in the middle could just be a piece on its own. You don't necessarily have to do that outer frame. Yeah. Okay, so we're just going to go around and then just... I can't really swing this round as I would normally. You know, I say I like to go top to bottom. It's a little bit difficult on the work surface that I've got here.
Sorry.
Okay. And then what we're going to do now is start to introduce the dots. So back into the number 2, and then just press into those dots.
So what would happen if we forgot and say use number 1 tool?
Number 1 is fine.
Yeah.
With the number 1, you just need to give a little bit more of a wiggle.
Okay.
Because the number 2 tool has a little ball on the end, it fits into the dots
perfectly sized.
Perfectly, yeah. So, and there's no difference in the effect of the dot when we turn it over, whether you go with the number 1 or the number 2.
Just easier with the number 2.
Yeah, number 2 is literally just a case of just pressing in, whereas with the number 1, I just need to give it a little wiggle. Yeah. So it depends whether you want to wiggle or not to wiggle. Okay. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to jump to one where I've done quite a bit on it. Okay. So you can see here how we're starting to build up that design. So because this has been partly done, I'm not worried, because what I can do now, it relocates back into the dots.
So it locks in.
So I'm going to take my Groovy tabs again, and then where's that one there? So you never have too many Groovy tabs, and when they're new, they stick. Neat. Fingernails. There we go, just like so. Okay. And for me, the Groovy guard really helps to focus the area in which you're working. Now you could, I'll get told off for this, you could go like this.
Oh yeah, that's a good little tip.
So I'll get into trouble for that, for all the trad parchers saying you can't do that. It's not as crisp as what you would get by pressing individually, but you will get...
It's an option, and some might choose to try it out. So can I just say a huge welcome to everyone who's watching right now, because I know that we have a lot of viewers joining us in America. Hello to all our American family. We've got viewers joining us in Europe. Hello to everyone in Europe, and hello, of course, to our UK viewers as well. Wherever you're watching, you are our tribe, you're our people. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for tuning. I mean, this is a great one-day special to tune in, because I challenge any crafter watching right now who wouldn't want to make something like this. I'm only going to show one piece because don't want to detract from Paul, but this is Frances, but it gives you an idea. I love the fact she's lifted some of the flowers here to create some border detail. She's known for her colouring, but my goodness, how beautiful and enchanting is that artwork.
And that frame is one of the plates as part of the one-day special that she's filled around the outside.
Yes.
Now, if you love this technique of the colouring, on our claritymattersblog.com, Frances has done a step-by-step tutorial on the colouring technique.
Oh, really?
So if you wanted to give it a go, just check out the claritymattersblog.com. The design team every Sunday do a step-by-step tutorial of all the different techniques, and it just happened to be Sunday just gone. Frances very kindly did that for us.
Very fitting. She's very good. I mean, the whole team are great. Okay.
So all we're going to do now, I'm just going to finish off this one. Really doesn't take that long to do, and it's quite relaxing. I mean, often we're looking to make a card fairly quickly and a smaller card, and so these frames, when you look at the various different combinations you have of the different designs that Barbara and Jazz came up with, and you've got the sentiments, and you've got the little bijou letterbox alphabet, uppercase and lowercase as well. You could just put the sentiment in there as it is.
And it gives you the scope. As a system Groovy, I couldn't think of a more versatile product to invest in when it comes to crafting. Right, so Paul, would it be okay? We just finished our frame here.
Yeah.
I know we're going to do a lot more. Can I just have a quick recap?
Of course you can.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay. I'll let you get set.
I've missed the dot, so I'll go back and put that dot in.
Find the dots. But that's the thing with Groovy, you can do that. Now, 60% of the stock